survivor.
I am diagnosed in February this year.
I was stage 2B when I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Gave us a free health check certificate, and then I had been holding it on to it for nearly a year and it was going to expire. So I went to my GP and I just went for a health check, and then he said, "Oh dear, you have something there." So he recommended I go for a mammogram. He said the results are out. So my husband and I went to get the results, and we had the news, and we had a good cry.
When I first found out, it was really shocking for me because I thought it's just a small little mass in the breast which could be taken out and there's no harm to it. It just never crossed my mind it is a breast cancer, because I do periodic checkup all the time. And when I say periodic, I do it half a year, once every half a year, which is really frequent.
2015, when I got diagnosed, what happened was I actually was bleeding from my nipple. So I remember that I was taking a shower, and then after I showered, I was just wiping myself down and I started bleeding. And what I did was I actually took a photo of my breast and I sent it to my cousin, who is a doctor. And I asked her, "Is this normal?" And she said, "No, it's not. You need to go and get it checked."
I actually found out when I was training for my Oceanman last year. I was swimming quite frequent, so it was a blood discharge, and then I went to see a gynae, but he said it was an infection. From there, I took medications and applied the cream, but it didn't got better. So that's when things got a little bit serious, when I finally went to see a hospital surgeon, a hospital breast surgeon. So that's where they recommend me to go every 6 months once.
Like I said, I was totally have no knowledge on breast cancer, and I asked the radiologist, "Can you recommend me what I should do now?" Because things were so fast-paced. No, I didn't have time to think. I didn't even have time to ask anybody. And my husband said, "Let's get it out of you as soon as we can, as fast as we can." So I didn't get to talk to anyone, ask anyone. I just go straight, charge to the Dr. Yip office. And she was also very fast-paced. "Okay, what do you want?" Showing me pictures. At my stage, I can opt for a lumpectomy, which is to take out the lump, or I can go for a mastectomy, which is to take out the whole breast. And like I said, I just got my results at 11. Now you're telling me I got to take away my whole breast. I couldn't accept it. I just couldn't. So I said, I'll opt for the lumpectomy, It sounds a little bit better than cutting off everything. And then, okay, what date? And she already gave me a date, So I couldn't even think, okay, take the date. It was like 1 week later.
I have my up and down moments. Like, I am generally a very sunny, positive person.
Yeah.
I am always smiling or laughing or talking about good things. But there have been times where I am not myself. And that's the part of me that a lot of people don't see. So especially, like I told you, it took me 1 or 2 days to really absorb the information. And then I broke down. I cried, I think, a whole day. And I was trying to figure out what was the best treatment plan for me. So suddenly I had this rush of information of, chemotherapy. Whenever I went through side effects, if I had extreme fatigue, my hair loss, my memory loss, all of that was so difficult to deal with. And I remember going in for chemo on the first day, excited, because I was like, oh, I want to see what chemotherapy is like. I want to see how my body reacts to it. And as soon as I went through my first chemotherapy infusion, my sister was with me, and I was so tired. I was exhausted, and I just told her, I don't like how I'm feeling. And I told her, like, I don't want to do this anymore. That was my first chemotherapy cycle. I had to do 6.
A lot of people will also agree with me. Doing chemotherapy is definitely the most difficult part. Doses is still okay. I'm still able to cope with it with a lot of the medication, like the anti-vomit, very, very strong anti-vomit medication, and a lot of steroids. So keeping me, to force myself to eat, to increase the appetite, because steroids help in increasing appetite. So those help, but it's so unfortunate that I actually was infected with COVID, and that is the lowest period I have ever experienced in my entire life. It is very unbearable.
The most difficult part of the journey was to actually make the decision to actually go through the surgery. Cancer stage 1, stage 2 yet. Can I still keep? But when I look at all the reports and all that, it will grow worse. So would be more concerned of okay, I go for this surgery, but what would my partner think of me in the future? I might have the genes of cancer, and would he be able to accept me for that? Was the concerns that I have at that time. Decided to accept it as it is. More of thinking of the long term of in terms of survival survival in terms of still be able to go on living my life.
For me, I thought it was just a lump. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there, and I just let it be. But I'm lucky in the sense that I actually went for a checkup, and I discovered early. When you discover early, your chances of recovering is higher, and you may get to live a little bit longer than anyone else, But think positive, and after this, today I can tell you, I am very positive. I will just say, oh, whatever. If it happens, it's meant to happen. Let's overcome it and move forward and find a solution to overcome it, because there will always be problems. So just let go, think positive. That's the best way to live your life, Yeah.
Thank you. That's my advice, to just go for regular checkups, because if I didn't go, I wouldn't have found out what was wrong with me, and I wouldn't have picked up my cancer early.
I think it's really important to embrace the past and worry less about the future. Just live in the present. So a lot of the time we will ask, oh, why this event happened? Why does it happen on me? Asking a lot of the why. Then, or you will just hold grudge on something, some unpleasant event, and keep thinking about it. But I think we all have to treat every life event as a life experience, and then banish all the negative emotions from it. Then live in the present and live your life to the fullest. Maximize everything that you could, and that will make us much happier.